Good morning. Jen, Lisa, thank you very much for the subs. Jess, thank you very much. Thank you, Lenny. Rain that is very smart.
Start school next week.
If I had practiced waking up early, I would have maybe not been to school late every single day of my life. Almost.
It's weird that you say that, Rain, because I was thinking how, like, when you start school or when you start a new job, you're always like, you wake up early, you like make your coffee, you do a little breakfast, like you get ready, and
Dress nice.
And then gradually you start waking up later and later and later, and then one day you found yourself in a pickle.
I have never been an early riser, and that doesn't mean like. I mean, even on days where I have to do things, I have friends who will wake up to make sure they have like breakfast, and they'll, you know, pick out their outfits that morning and make sure they have the routine. Nope, I'm a roll out of bed, brush my teeth, and
10,
do the thing
9,
I gotta do.
8, 7.
There was
6,
a time when I first started
5,
working Elvis that I would
4,
wake up super early.
3,
but
2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. You okay there, Carla Marie? Bless you.
Oh my God.
Like fell out of your seat.
Phew. Holy heck.
God bless you. So, you okay?
I'm going to blow my nose so it doesn't.
Okay, we're gonna mute the mics. As you can see, we are very prepared to start the show this morning. Carla Marie's raging booger queen today.
Yeah.
So, we do have a bunch of stuff on the show today. For example, we obviously have to talk about what we learned in the last 24 hours. Use it or lose it, niece and question mark, Shiloh, and dancing with criminals.
You spelled Shiloh wrong. That's my fault because I didn't tell you.
Where is it? The
H
dog?
at the end.
Oh, there is an H at the end. Just pretend there's an H there, and
Okay.
we'll be okay. First off, Carla Marie, what have you learned in the last 24 hours?
That I would crush it on a reality game show, like not a baking one, a cooking, a homemaking one. Okay.
Explain this.
So yesterday, we had family coming into town, my niece and her husband.
Yeah.
And I like had a jam-packed day of like having to get work done, having to finish cleaning, cooking. I washed all the sheets and needed to put the duvet covers on. So I started, like, I would cook, set timers to make sure I would check on the food, go do the sheets a little bit, run around. I swear to God, I must have I need to check my calories for yesterday. I was, like, running all over the place, did set the fire alarm off at once, but I still would have won the game show. Because the dinner...
What is the point of the game show?
It's called Homemakers.
Okay.
And you have to do all the things that a stay-at-home mom or dad would have to do.
Okay.
And see if you can get dinner on the table in time. And it was ready to go for the most part.
It's an interesting game.
I won.
Like a cooking show, but you also have to do other stuff.
Yeah, but I played it by myself in my head, and I won.
How was your competition?
It's just, you know, against myself.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's easy to win games by yourself.
No, but everyone had dinner.
Yes.
It was
No, it was
great.
good. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Well done.
It was perfect. There was a salad, there was bread, there was dipping oil for the bread, there was broccoli, there was rice, and there was grilled chicken.
First off, thank you very much to Soira in Central Jersey and Claire and Olympia for their subs. Appreciate that. And Kendi as well. Thank you very much. Can we talk about something though? About preparing to have guests over?
Yes.
I don't know what it is. And keep in mind, I am a clean person. I like things organized. I don't like a mess. I wipe down counters. I make sure things are clean. Okay? I do the dishes, all that stuff. So this is not a lack of effort thing that I'm about to ask about. But my mom used to do this too when people would come over. And Carla Marie, you were doing it for the past 2 weeks, getting ready for your niece and her husband to show up. What is it about expecting company, especially from out of town, that makes, I have to say women in particular, feel like they have to pretend they don't live in the house? Right? Like everything that we use had to be moved.
Yes.
Things that normally are never clean or organized had to be clean and organized. Things were moved out of the house into storage.
Okay. It was,
What is it about
Because, well, first
having
of
people
all-
over that makes you pretend you don't actually live there?
we do have this giant luggage that is everything that clothes, things that we're
Yeah.
selling on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And I knew that two people and their luggages were going to be coming into the home, and there's like just having it in the middle of a hallway
Okay.
is not convenient when there's other people. So that was that. That was my mindset for that.
Okay.
When it comes to cleaning, like these people are sleeping here, staying
Yeah.
here, and it's not that every 2 weeks I do like clean the floors and stuff.
Yes.
So I timed it for this trip.
Seemed it was a little sus. It was a little sus. But Becky from Miami says we're doing a party for my daughter's 11th birthday in 3 weeks, and I have to deep clean the house before then.
The best
Julie in Miami did say this is a ladies thing.
The best part is that I deep cleaned everything and then cooked, and there was food, oil,
Yeah, of
everything
course.
everywhere.
Jen said because no one needs to know the day-to-day of your house, at least give the illusion that you live in a clean house
Yes.
all the time. But I think we do normally live in a clean house, and if not, if you didn't think the house was clean, then maybe we need to figure out
No,
how to have a cleaner house week by week.
No, but like Jen said, day to day.
Yeah.
Right? Like your day to day, you've got papers on the table. Listen, I don't want to live like that.
But you do.
You do.
What do you mean?
You've had papers on the table. You've had a parking ticket.
That's fine.
You've
I'm
had.
not paying that parking ticket, first off. Not happening. Can we explain the parking ticket and how ridiculous this parking ticket is? So
This is actually both of
this
us.
is an insane way to ticket people. There is a restaurant pretty close to the ballparks, the stadiums here in Seattle. It's called Paseos. It's a Caribbean sandwich place. It's really good. They happen to be, 4 blocks from the ballparks. So I guess on game days, that parking lot is used for the stadium. There's about probably 30 spots that people can park there, walk over to the stadium, and
But
they
it's-
probably charge a pretty penny for it.
And Paseos themselves has like 5 parking spots for the restaurant, and then the rest are all paid.
So we were nearby. I think it was because we were maybe at King 5.
It was Steve's birthday, and we went to Steve's favorite coffee shop, and
And
then
then
I
we
was
got
starving.
sandwiches after that. So we get there. Now, keep in mind, weekday, game day, nothing happening. It's probably
It was a game
noon.
day.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, because all the security people were parking there. It was
In
starting.
what, 4 hours?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, the lot was empty.
The lot was 100% empty, except for the spots that are reserved for Paseo clients.
Because they were in the restaurant.
Yeah.
eating.
So I said, there's no way that we're going to get in trouble for parking here to grab a sandwich and leave. But sure enough,
And we're
we got
sitting
a
there eating.
fucking parking ticket. It's ridiculous. I'm not paying it.
we, were,
I will go to court.
we were sitting there eating, and I said, I feel like we're going to get a ticket. And we went outside. And it's like $65. Here's the thing. It's not a City of Seattle ticket.
Yeah.
It's a private parking
Yeah.
ticket.
Come at me, bro.
Well, this is the same parking company that you got at the gym, and you threw that ticket out.
And I didn't pay
So
that one.
what happens? I'm going to ask the cop I know.
I think they just assume people are going to pay it, and they hope for the best. Thank you very much to Lisa for the 1,000 bits and Jen for 500 bits. Just for Minnesota also gifted a sub.
Sorry. You told me that they might send collectors.
Yeah. Let them come. Let them come for me. See what happens.
Also,
this is a warning to all the collectors out there.
No parking, doesn't pay parking tickets. I guess the car's in my name, so I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And you evade jury duty.
Yes. I'm an outlaw. What can I say? What?
Who is it? Keith.
The Tim McGraw song?
Yeah, Indian Outlaw.
I'm an Indian outlaw. Such a ridiculous song. When it's a private company, they may send it to collections.
Come on, I'm not dealing. But how do they know who parked there?
When collections calls, say, I don't know what you're talking about. Or say, okay, I'll pay $30.
Yeah, because you can get out a parking light out of red light ticket saying, wasn't me driving. Then I'm going to get out of a parking ticket.
Let's see. Angela in Spokane said, isn't the car under Carla Marie's name, so she's the one that will get in trouble? Yes. Julie in Miami said it won't affect your license. At least that's the case in Florida because it happened to Julie's dad.
Yeah, I don't think that it'll affect my license, but I don't need debt collectors coming for me. I pay my debt.
Well, then pay that one.
But
Thank you to everyone who supported the hype train this morning. Appreciate that very much.
Paseos gave us a receipt so we can maybe fight it.
Yeah. That's what I'll do. How about that? I'll call them and I'll say, I'm not paying this ticket because I was picking up a sandwich at the adjacent sandwich spot.
And then when they say, sir, we see another parking ticket on here for LA Fitness in Ballard. You were parked more than 2 hours. What do you say?
I'm going to say, I've never been there.
No, you're going to say, yeah, my workout's longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, or I'll say that. Stop giving me parking tickets for places that I'm actually going to. It's ridiculous.
You should say, I will come to your office and show you the size of my arms.
Not going to do that.
All right, what did you learn in the last 24 hours?
In the last 24 hours, I learned how fragile my ego is.
Yours?
I was crushed. Absolutely devastated yesterday. Had to reconsider my whole life. Thought about canceling my membership to LA Fitness.
Oh, God.
So now you know that I've been going to this one gym, LA Fitness in Ballard, for a very long time. I know all the ins and outs of the equipment, right? And Carla Marie is familiar. There's some benches there near the dumbbells where if they're fully upright, to get them to come back down, there's like a way you have to.
Things you got to do.
Right, you got to shimmy the front of the seat, and it all comes down. So yesterday, I was grabbing one of the benches, and it was upright, so I knew the routine. I knew how to bring it down. But someone before me, I guess, didn't understand. They almost unscrewed the whole little lever thing. So now I'm fidgeting with that, and another guy comes over to my bench and tells me how to put the bench down, and he does it, but it's because I tightened the bolts to make it go down, and I didn't want to sit there and be like, no, man, I know how to do this.
No, I would be like, I did it.
He just, it zapped every ounce of motivation.
How did you even lift a weight after that?
I struggled, and then I left. That was it.
Did
Thankfully,
your
it was towards,
shrink?
Yes. Everything shrunk. I mean, I'm smaller now because of it. I'm weaker now because of it.
Thank you to Lisa. So how does it feel to be mansplained? Sucks, right?
Well, it sucks because I know he was trying to be nice because I've done it to other people.
No, that's...
And people usually thank me, so I had to just tail between my legs, and I said, thanks, man.
So do you help people in that position?
Yeah. But I usually do it. I can clearly tell, like, they don't know how that chair goes down because they're not putting their hand on the front of the seat. That's the key. I was putting my hand on the front of the seat.
I feel like I did have someone help me that wasn't you do it once.
Yeah. They're finicky. And you don't want people wasting time or not doing an exercise because they can't get the bench to work, so everyone helps each other out. But it just, because I've helped so many other people do that, and I knew exactly what the problem was, I just didn't have time to fix it. It really just...
Have you seen this man before?
No.
How many muscles did he have?
A decent amount of muscles.
More muscles than you?
I don't know. I was looking down at the floor most of the time because I was so embarrassed with myself. So I learned that even in the most confident situations, like I'm never more confident than I am in my second home. Just zapped my ego. Completely done.
I wish I was there.
So I don't know if I can ever go back. I think I'm done. Maybe I'll have to go to Planet Fitness now.
Lunk
That's it.
alarm. Lunk alarm every day. You just want to hear that for you.
The lunk alarm? I don't
That's
think
my goal.
I'm not that big.
My goal is, I don't think you can lift over like 30 pounds and get the lunk alarm.
Okay, well, that might be a problem then. Nara said sometimes you need a slice of humble pie. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I was flying too close to the sun,
That's probably what happened.
and I needed to be
Zapped.
brought down a peg or two. You know,
Yeah, you're going to be all right.
I was feeling good about life. The workout was going great. Then zzz, done. Ego dead. It was like a taser to my ego. I felt it leave. I felt like part of me leave my body. But that's
Okay.
what I learned in the last 24 hours, Carla Marie.
You have a very fragile ego.
Very fragile.
Well,
Very,
coulda
very
told- coulda
fragile.
Told you that.
Yeah.
Could have told you that.
I think most people do, though. I think egos are fragile things.
I think I'm all right.
Okay. I don't know. You came home from a haircut once and you were devastated. That was what, 2 weeks ago?
Okay, they styled it not in a way that I would style it, and then I didn't know how to
And
style it.
how many hours of your day did it end up taking?
2 to 3 to fix my hair.
Super tough ego there.
Okay,
super
this
super
is the
strong.
moneymaker.
Super strong-willed. All right,
But I figured it out.
yeah. With a little help. I feel like you called someone.
I was sending photos to my niece and Dina,
Yeah, there you go.
and Dina was like, "Just use up, whatever," and it worked.
All right, use it or lose it, Carla Marie. Why is this on the list?
Okay, when you wake up in the middle of the night or before your alarm, whatever it is, and you're wide awake, do you use it or do you lose it?
I'm wide awake.
So I remember like years ago when I was listening to the Smart List podcast with Will Arnett, Sean Hayes, and Jason Bateman, there was an episode where Jason Bateman was talking about using it, where if he wakes up in the middle of the night and he's like, I'm awake, and instead of tossing and turning or even just scrolling on my phone, I'm going to get up and use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something. And I've thought about it since then, and it wasn't until, well, I think Monday of this week, because we were still kind of on East Coast time, we both woke up at like 5 something. And I was in bed. I was like, I think I'm going to get up. Like my alarm wasn't going to go off for probably 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And this, I know 45 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but this is kind of like unheard of for me.
Yeah.
And I got up. You got up. We did so many things.
Yeah, I think most doctors, sleep scientists, whatever, will tell you the best thing to do, even if you do intend on going back to bed, is getting up.
But
Definitely not scrolling on your phone.
But I did once see something years ago that was like, even if you can't fall asleep, staying in bed and resting is still good for your body. So I've had that internal struggle.
Okay. Let's see, Jess from Minnesota. I used it this morning, but mostly to read a book I meant to get to.
That is using it. Doesn't matter. No, but
I think the interesting thing is how rare is it in your day to have even an hour totally to yourself where no one's reasonably going to bother you. Right? Because even if you're done with work, family, friends, they're still going to hit you up. You still have things you could do. If you're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's really no one that's going to reach out to you. There's no one that's going to disturb that hour to 2 hours you have in your day. So I think the strongest argument is why not use it? If you're up, use it to be creative, use it to be productive, use it to relax, use it to do something you like.
Meech said, this is me, 4 and can't sleep, I'm up.
Yeah.
My problem is I would be like, I'm wide awake at 4, and then at 5:30 I'd be like, okay, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
That's what happens to me.
Yep. Let's see. Dennis said, sup, peeps? Been a while. Hope everyone's been good. Hello, Dennis.
What's up? So yeah, I think I'm going to start using it.
Lenny from Queens said, an hour. I can't even go to the bathroom without someone disturbing me. Exactly. But if you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Like even the cats are sleepy then.
Which I know, like my cousin Julian, and it's a way for him to make sure that he also gets to the gym because it's something important to him. But he's up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, has a little gym built in his garage, has the main things he needs, like a squat rack, a bench, and a bar. Yeah. And he just knocks out because that's his time. His gym time doesn't cut into his time with his wife or his parents or his daughter.
I mean, that's what I started doing when we were on the radio. My 3:30 a.m. gym workout was my way to make sure I did it. And because guess what? When I was coming home from work at 1 p.m., even if I woke up at 5, I was not going to work out at 1 p.m. I started realizing that about myself. So I started waking up early, and it was like this. No one bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, no one in my family was even awake on the East Coast to be texting me or calling me.
And it
perfect.
does. I do find the very few times that I do wake up earlier than I need to, and I can, I don't know, have breakfast or have a slower start to my morning, because most of my mornings, like I said earlier when the countdown was going on, I'm up and like I shoot out of bed and I do the things I've got to do. It is a better way. It's got to be a healthier way to start your morning,
100%.
right?
Every,
Like where
every billionaire.
you ease into it.
That's how they all became billionaires. It's because they woke up early.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
They cold plunge. You cold plunge, you get $1 billion.
No,
That's how it works.
no
Right?
cold showers. They didn't plunge.
No?
Now that's trending. But I feel like billionaires, they would take cold showers,
Drive a Cybertruck,
clean their sinks.
butt chug some sort of medication. I don't know. Steroids and cocaine, all of it. Let's see. Sweet Eats by V. Good morning. Finally able to catch a show live during the new job training.
Ooh, what are we training for?
A new job, Carla Marie.
What job?
For the mailman, just leaving the gym, day off of deadlift. Or day off deadlift. Wait, are you deadlifting on your day off, or you're taking a day off from your deadlift? We need full sentences, goddammit.
What's a consonant? Is that like so, to?
It's the non-vowels of our alphabet.
Which ones? I don't remember.
All of them except for the vowels.
No, what about verbs? There's no consonant. Oh, that's why I was at.
What?
They're letters. Conjunctions. What's a conjunction?
This the sad thing now is this is on the internet forever.
I don't care.
This moment.
Because I was going to say he needed consonants, but I meant conjunctions.
I don't know. Maybe. Deadlift on my day off is what
See?
Fred said.
Conjunction.
There we go.
Thank you. Nara knew what I meant.
But you said consonants,
I know,
right?
but conjunction and consonants are like the similar. Maybe I said continents.
Maybe you needed to wake up earlier
Continents.
today.
I woke up before you.
Even earlier. All right. Before we take our break, we have niece and ... question mark. Are you not sure who your niece brought to Seattle?
So my niece, Gabriella Marie, is married.
Yes.
Got married in March. And I don't know, like I've been thinking when I talk about this and when I introduce them to people over these next few days, because I haven't had to do this yet, is it my niece and nephew? Because I feel like saying niece and husband is so...
My niece and her husband.
But it's like, well, he's supposed to be my nephew now.
But he's not your nephew.
But he calls me Aunt Carla. Or I don't know actually if he does. Now I'm thinking if he does the thing that you do and he doesn't say a name.
It's the best way to go. I would just go with your niece. I wouldn't call him your nephew.
Everyone's disagreeing.
Really? Everyone says niece and nephew? No, because if you said, oh, my niece and nephew were coming over, I would assume they were
Siblings. I know.
I
Or
think that's the
cousins.
problem.
And they could look alike.
Because you wouldn't say, okay, you wouldn't say my sister and her brother is coming. My sister and brother are coming. You would say my sister and her brother-in-law. My sister and her husband, if your sister was visiting. And you had the same conundrum.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There's a name for brother-in-law. There's not a name for I'm not saying
Nephew-in-law.
nephew-in-law. No. That's stupid.
Or her husband. Yeah, niece and her husband. Thank you very much, Claire. Thank you very much, Rachel. I would say niece and her husband.
I love that people are just singing the Conjunction Junction song now, though.
Vicky also says I'd say her husband. Let's see, Mergen.
Can we get
Thank
a
you very
poll?
much. A lot of people here. Jules,
Do I say
Jess,
niece,
Nara.
my niece and nephew,
It's not niece and nephew.
or let me?
No, I
I
don't
need
like
a
it. I
poll.
hate it. What?
I'm gonna ask my mom.
Why'd you stop talking?
I was thinking what my mom recalls my cousin and her husband. I guess that would.
It's her and her husband.
But if my mom says this is my niece and nephew,
No, there's
I think about your family.
I would say, like, if I was talking, I just talked about my cousin Julian. If I was going to go see him or go to his house, I'd say, oh, I'm
No.
going to go see Julian and his wife.
No, but that's not. That's. You would say their name to me,
Yes.
but like your mom, her nieces and nephews.
She would not call them
Okay.
She would not call her niece's husbands her nephews.
Hold on. AMS said I call them my brothers-in-law. That my brothers-in-law that I like, I call them my brothers-in-law. But my one that I don't like, I call him my sister's husband.
Marijuana, thank you very much for those 5 gifted subs. Appreciate that very, very much.
Sawyer, that's what I think my issue is. She says, I think nephew is fine, but maybe it's an age thing because you're so close in age with them that you think it is more odd. Like, even though that's my niece, it does feel weird saying it.
But I don't think anyone that you told, if you said, oh, I'm bringing because they're coming for the Seahawks game, right? If you said, I'm getting tickets for my niece and nephew.
I've been saying niece and husband. I have been,
Yeah.
but I don't like it.
Because if you said niece, because you know in your mind, if you introduce them as my niece and nephew, people are going to assume they're siblings.
We're going to do a poll here, maybe, and then an Instagram poll later today.
That's a lot of polls for a very insignificant question.
I can't do anything unless the internet tells me to.
Yeah, nephew-in-law does sound weird. Do people use that phrase?
Wait, I don't think so.
Nephew-in-law?
Vicky said, because what if you're with someone who thinks that they are brother and sister, then they kiss each other? Now that is entertainment for me.
That would be very, very weird. Sora seems to think that saying nephew is fine, Carla Marie.
Okay, so Made by Erica, same situation, because she has, like, we're in the same life situation where her niece and her niece is the same, like, years apart, kind of as we are.
Okay.
I was almost finishing the rest of the sentence.
Maybe you needed to sleep more today, not wake up earlier.
So Erica said, what do I call? I don't know what to call my niece's husband. Same thing.
That's it. You just said it. That's what you call them.
Wait,
My
get
niece's
Meech in
husband.
here, because her niece just got married.
Huh?
Meech, her niece just got married,
Okay.
but she's not responding, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. We do have to take a break. If you'd like to continue the conversation in the chat, you're more than welcome to do that. Are you posting a poll?
Where?
I don't know. You said you wanted to do a poll.
I don't know.
somewhere.
I don't have access.
We're just going to
Oh,
move
there she
on.
is. Meech, didn't your niece just get married?
Oh, Jen is making a poll right now.
Okay, thank you.
So while we take our break, make sure you vote in that poll. And we'll have a definitive answer for Carla Marie when we get back.
So, Meech, do you call your niece's husband or your nephew? Like, if you were introducing them. Because it feels so like, well, I posted a photo of them on my Instagram, and I think I said niece and nephew were here. It's not going to say niece and her husband are here.
Why not? That's what they signed paperwork to call each other husband and wife.
I didn't.
It was a
sign
big
that.
deal. There's a whole party. There was a ceremony. There was gifts. There was dresses. There was tuxedos.
I didn't sign it.
Use the phrasing. Why would they make such a to-do about it if they didn't want to be called husband and wife?
I'm going to ask my sister what she does.
Your sister probably calls him her brother or something. She probably does something weird.
This is my son.
Meech said nephew, but it feels weird. Or nephew feels weird, but it's because they live in Louisiana, so I don't
That's
see
not
them.
where they live.
What did I say? Louisville. Trying to read fast here. Yeah, I guess. But I don't think it matters if you know him really well or don't know him at all. It's still your niece's husband. I don't think the familiarity of it changes what you're going to call the person.
So, like,
in this situation.
if he was introducing me to someone, would he say this is my aunt or this is my
wife's aunt.
my wife's aunt?
Yeah, that's what you are to him. You are his wife's aunt.
But I'm also his aunt.
No, you're not.
They signed the paperwork, you said. You said they signed the paperwork.
Not to become siblings. It's me, Meech said, yeah, I think he would say wife's aunt.
I
Okay.
can't. I'm gonna ask him what he thinks.
We're going
and
to
it's
move
gonna be
on from this ridiculous debate. Ask him what he would like to be called. What about that, Carla Marie?
I don't really.
What does
I don't
he
really care.
Okay. We are going to move on. We do have to talk about Dancing with Criminals and Shiloh in a second. The book?
Yeah.
The dog?
It's two-part. Two
What,
different
a
things.
two-parter. Is it going to be as riveting as what you should call your niece's husband?
No, it's gonna just be like consonants and conjunctions. I'm gonna look up that song.
We'll be right back. let's jump back into this, shall we? Carla Marie, you ready? All right. Welcome back to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
Here's our list. There it is on the screen. So we talked about what we learned in the last 24 hours. We talked about whether or not you use it or lose it in regards to sleep. Wake up in the middle of the night. What do? Toss and turn.
I'm going to start using it.
You should. Why not? The
Write
cats will
something.
follow you around. You can do a bunch of
I
stuff.
don't know. I think they're going to be like, bitch, what are you doing?
What you call your niece, it seems like the poll
No,
is...
nephew.
Yeah, what you call your niece's husband, whether you call him your nephew or niece's husband. I think the poll was at 93%, 92% in favor of calling him your niece's husband. Although Fred did bring up a good point.
Yes,
in the
thank
chat.
you, actually. I'm glad you said this again. Oh, he said... he calls his... Well, I don't remember the exact sentence, but he called his niece's...
He said, I don't call my niece's husband my nephew, but I do call my aunt's husband
uncle.
my uncle, which is, yeah, I thought about it, and I obviously do the same thing too.
Yes, because then we had this moment off where no one was talking, where Anthony was like, well, yeah, I guess, like, my aunt would say this, or you would...
I said everything I just said with that camera
because you
is
said
what I just
your
said.
Aunt Maral
Yeah, I didn't use specific names. Yes.
is married to your uncle,
my Uncle Musa.
and you
I
said
call
I call her aunt.
Yeah, I call
And
her
I
auntie.
said, now, if we were to get married, would she call me your niece, her niece?
No, I don't
And you
think so.
said she probably would. So don't you're
No,
lying.
I didn't say that. Prove it.
You're gaslighting me.
Prove it. I did not. I said, I don't know. I said, but it does make sense. Fred's comment made sense. We call our aunts and uncles spouses,
Aunt and
our
uncle.
aunt and uncle, but we don't do that in the
Why?
downward direction. But, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Can't really figure it out. Unicorn Cindy, thank you very much for the sub, along with, let's see,
So
Mergen and
neither-
Tsunali.
Sorry. So neither Carla Marie or Tones were right because we ultimately went with Fred.
Yeah. No. But Fred was on my side of not calling his niece's husband his nephew. So I was still right. We only went in one direction, really. We didn't think about the upward direction. Or I guess I'm just, in my mind, I'm picturing
Okay.
up and down.
We're going to have this conversation with them today.
Sure, yeah.
I can't wait.
Justin just said, is it tough or are you wrong? I'm not wrong. I haven't been wrong about anything, almost ever. It's crazy. I have a pretty great streak just of being right all the time.
That's not true.
How is it not true?
I'll think about it.
When was I wrong?
Quite a few times.
I can think of one right now. All right. Shiloh, what are we talking about with this book and dog?
Okay.
There's
so-
also supposed to be an H at the end of that.
Yeah, so this is two-part. I'm going to get into the funny part first. So, but let me explain what Shiloh is. It's a children's book. I think it came out in 1996. I read it when I was a kid, and then we were at a thrift store in New Orleans, and I saw it, and I grabbed it.
You bought it?
Well, for the event, they needed a bunch of books that were green.
Okay.
And I said, get this one, and then I'm taking it home. I literally took it home, and I read it in like an hour. So then I took it home, and I was like, to New Jersey. I was like, I'll give it to my niece Adriana or my nephew Michael. Let them read a book that I read when I was a kid, whatever. I'll get into what the book is about. That's part two of this. Part one is I had it sitting on my parents' dining room table. My mom picks it up and goes... Shiloh? And I was like, yeah, it's a book I read when I was a kid. She's like, isn't there a movie too? And I was like, I think so. She goes, the one where the guy dies and they go, Shiloh.
What?
And I go,
What is she trying to say?
Shallow? Lady Gaga.
Oh.
I can't sing.
What was the name of that movie? A Star is Born.
But it's called,
And she thought
they were
Shallow.
singing Shiloh.
Wow. The book
died.
Shiloh by Phyllis Reynolds.
Yes.
Phyllis Reynolds Naylor is about Marty Preston and his willingness to, in a sense, serve an abused dog. The dog is named Shiloh after he runs away to young Marty after being abused by Judd Travers, whatever.
Anyway, so
He
it's like
keeps the dog in secret for fear of being caught by his family or judge.
yeah. So the dog runs away from its abusive owner, and he takes care of it.
Does Shiloh die?
So essentially, it's like 3-part series.
Well, it was written in 1991. I think we're good at this
90
point.
it was 90. So the reprint I had probably said 96 because I was really confused. I was like, I read this when I was super little. So the part 2 of this is that as I was reading it, I had this moment of this book is why I am the way I am with animals.
Okay, what does that mean?
Very much like this. I need to protect it. I need to save it. I need to be the. It was like a moment. I truly like. I went to therapy reading this book.
Okay.
I need
When
to.
did you read it?
Like
After New Orleans. When did you read it?
last week
Oh, okay.
in like an hour.
Okay.
It was
Sorry.
great.
Continue.
It was this moment of like, this is why I can't like if I see an animal and not abuse, like an injured bird, I'm done for days unless I can help it. And I think this book is true. I know this book is what made this like part of my brain always be like, I need to save all the animals. I
Okay.
need to protect them. Is that animal being abused? Is it eating enough? I made you drive me past someone's house because I thought their cat was locked outside.
Yes.
Like, I can't sleep unless I know every animal is safe.
And you think Shiloh
Reading
is the
it
reason
at
that happened?
8 or younger did it.
Those woke books.
I was
They
going to
changed
say,
you. They
so
broke
maybe
you.
the gay penguin book will change, make kids gay. I don't know. Maybe I'm going on the other side of things now. JK.
No, Shiloh was definitely one of those books I was supposed to read when I was a kid. And I
Oh,
never
I
read
would have brought it back for you.
Fern Gully. Wasn't that another one? Or Where the Red Fern Grows? Is that a book?
Between Two Ferns?
No, but not Between Two Ferns. Those I've watched at least.
Wait, I would have had you read Shiloh. It was such a good read.
No, I'm good.
Oh my God, it was so nice reading a book that was easy to read.
Well, it's a children's book.
I wanted to start doing that. Like books that I read when I was a kid. I read The Color Purple, but I was in high school. I wanted to start reading all the books that I was supposed to read.
To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yes. Or read them without having to have the book report or the whatever. Just for funsies. And then I also want to read all the banned books.
The ones that are banned now?
Yeah.
But are they all like kids' books?
Yeah, so I would like to.
Like the Gay Penguin one?
Harry Potter's banned in some high schools because of witchcraft.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never been into the Harry Potter
Me
things.
neither. And people like die when you say that.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Let's see. My brother Justin said we did have to read Shiloh apparently during a readathon in Ridgewood. Of Mice and Men, another one. Why are we having kids read Of Mice and Men, though? Because that's where he has to take Lenny behind the barn, basically, right?
Why would you ruin it?
These are old books that most people have read.
Don't ask Alice.
I don't know what that is. Where the Red Fern Grows, definitely a sign of reading. And Fern Gully was a cartoon movie. Thank you very much, Mish. What was the one you just yelled about? God bless you. God bless you.
I don't remember what it's about. I just know we had to read it. Lisa said, did anyone read Don't Ask Alice in high school? I can't see them doing that now.
Don't Ask Alice?
Or Go Ask Alice. Go Ask Alice. Oh, I definitely read this.
What is it about?
It's a 1971 book about a teenage girl who develops a drug addiction at age 15, runs away from home on a journey of self-destructive escapism. Oh, I definitely read this book.
No, that doesn't even ring a bell to me. I would, Catcher in the Rye is another one. I think To Kill a Mockingbird, Catcher in the Rye, some of those books, I'd probably go back and read at some point because I never actually read I never read a single book in school.
You know what I'm going to do? My high school English teacher, who I love, Miss Hughes, I'm going to have her give me a reading list.
You should.
Oh my God, wait. She's going to be my Miss Honey from Matilda. I'm really regressing back to my childhood here. I'm going to have her give me books to read, and then I'm going to actually talk about them with her now as an adult versus being a 15-year-old having to do it as an assignment.
You should. There was one book I remember it was freshman year we were supposed to read called Things Fall Apart.
Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart.
I want to say there was a map of Africa on the front of that book. It was English class, 9th grade, Ridgewood, New Jersey. The only reason I really remember the name of the book is because, obviously, I didn't read it, but the teacher whose name is escaping me right now called on me one day and said, so, Anthony, what do you think this book is really about? And I looked at him and I said, how things fall apart. And he looked at me kind of defeated and said, I guess that's technically right. And that was my interaction with that book.
Okay, the main plot, I kind of remember that.
Which one are we talking about here?
Yours.
Oh, Things Fall Apart?
The novel chronicles the life of Okonkwo, the leader of an Igbo community, from the events leading up to his banishment from the community for accidentally killing a Klansman through the 7 years of his exile to his return, and it addresses a particular problem of emergent Africa.
Oh, so there was Africa on there. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think we need to go back and read some of these books because I truly think your brain is so moldable.
So this is
But I didn't do drugs because I read Go Ask Alex.
This is a very good introspective thing that Marijuana said in the chat. And it's a lot of people are saying, like, oh, did you really like that kid's book? Or did you really like the Scholastic Book Fair? Did you really like these things? Or do you miss being a child in the pre-9/11 world?
Okay, come on.
Right?
Too much today.
That's what it really comes down to. When people get nostalgic, it's because you're remembering a time normally, and even kids who grew up in a post-9/11 world, this still is true for them. You're remembering a time where you didn't have all the responsibilities that you do now, where you could just enjoy something for the pure enjoyment of it. I mean, think about things now you do as an adult. You start enjoying something and someone goes, oh, you should do this as a side hustle. You should do this. You should do this. Or well, have you thought about doing it better? And you're like, no, I just want to do this stupid thing.
Okay, but proof that I enjoyed it as a kid is I read the book Shiloh as an adult and I liked it.
Yeah, that's fair. But did you like it because it brought you back, or did you like the book?
It's a good book.
Okay. I've never read it, so I can't comment.
It's so good. I actually was like, I think I'm going to cry.
You knew less and you had no responsibilities. That's what nostalgia is all about.
Well, this is why I'm going to start doing everything I did as a kid. I really wish it was summer so I could start.
I mean, it's still technically summer. School year's in. It's not. It is
You're
summer,
right.
though.
But I mean, I wish I could like wake up, go swimming.
Let's see. Justin said, or if you're like me, you enjoy something. When you enjoy something, you immediately pick it apart and realize it's actually terrible.
Wait, is that why we like riding our bikes? Because I used to like ride my bike around with my friends.
Probably. It probably gives you that feeling of childhood freedom.
So basically, the whole time you're a kid, you want to be an adult. And then when you become an adult, you just spend the entire life until you die trying to be a child.
That's the rub.
Stop saying that. I told you I don't like it.
Why?
He keeps saying this to me.
Or I say, and therein lies the rub.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
It's a good saying. Why don't you?
Do you think I like that word?
Do you think it sounds too old?
I don't like that word. Huck Finn, The Little Prince, and Great Gatsby are the only books I remember reading.
I'm not exaggerating. I never finished a book on my own. At least not one that I remember until I was like in my mid-20s.
You didn't do it in college? I guess I didn't really have to read books in college.
No, I didn't even read the textbooks they gave me in college.
Sophie's Choice. I had to read that in college.
So what is that about?
It's a philosophy book. I don't remember. Oh, fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. I actually have that on our bookshelf.
What? There was a lot of stuff that just came out of your face. What'd you say?
Like Donald Trump speaking.
What was? Say that again.
They got the fried green tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe is the name of the book.
Wait, am I not saying? Is it not the rub?
Okay.
Hold on.
Is that not what the book is called? Hold on. We're gonna look at.
Am I just not saying this?
Yeah. By Fanny Flagg. Fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe.
We're talking about two different
No,
things.
I wanted to make sure.
I don't care about your green tomatoes.
Rubbin? What is it called?
I'm gonna hold on. Let me search this on my own first.
That's the Rub is a massage place came up. You're literally on a massage.
Thank you, Carla Marie.
That's
Keep talking about your green tomatoes. Yeah, okay, it is. That's the rub. It's an idiom that means that's the problem or difficulty in the situation.
It's from Hamlet.
Okay, so I was saying it right.
What are you? You're quoting Shakespeare to me now?
Yeah, I'm super smart.
I know how to ball. You know Aristotle. I know how to ball.
Aristotle and Shakespeare, not the same.
Wait, I had to read him too, though. Shakespeare and Aristotle.
This is getting really bad. Oh, so people are just saying they've never heard the saying.
And
No
it's
one's
weird.
heard the saying, that's the rub?
We don't read the Shakespeare.
Therein lies the rub? Yeah, what was the original quote you saw, Carla Marie?
It was there, right there. So when Hamlet says, oh no, it's quoting something else, I think. Who's Ralph?
This show is... Okay, it is from Shakespeare's famous To Be or Not to Be soliloquy in Hamlet. No way. Aye, there's the rub. Who would have known? Who would have
Quoting
known?
Old Willie.
What?
You've been quoting Old Willie.
I never knew I was that smart until just now. Aye, that's the rub. Should I start saying I first? A? There's the rub?
No, you have to say it with the British accent. If you
No,
say
I
it with the
can't do
British
that.
accent.
I have been to the theater in the round.
There's-
Maybe that's where I
there's-
picked it up. What?
Have I been there? Is it in New Jersey? No, that's a little schoolhouse. Dinner in the round was quite literally Shakespeare time.
What did you just say?
What is that stupid schoolhouse in New Jersey with the plays? Paper mill play. Theater in the rounds, we had a big...
I still have to do this show for 7 more minutes with that?
My classroom had a big painting of it. That's why I was...
The theater in the round
Yeah.
or the paper mill? What'd you say?
The theater in the round.
Oh, boy. Wow. Texas Chris said, I have heard it's the rub, and I use it some as well, Chris said. So thank you very much, Chris. At least there's one person here with a brain. I can't speak for everyone else.
Wait,
but
how does Nara know what the paper mill playhouse is? Do we have one here?
You got me. Despite quoting Shakespeare, I haven't really been to a lot of plays in my life or playhouses. Just Shakespeare and the theater in the round. That's it.
What is the theater in the round?
It's not the actual place where a lot of Shakespeare's
But that was...
plays were done, but it's like modeled after it.
You
'cause
went?
Yeah, when I was in London.
So I have been there.
I don't know if you've been there. Why? Like, you either, I don't know what to tell you.
There's one in New York. Minnesota. Maybe I went to that one.
Shakespeare's Globe, which is a theater in the round.
It's a round theater because the
Yes.
play's in the middle.
Yes. Oh, boy. Carla Marie. Is that in New Jersey? Is the Paper Mill Playhouse a theater in the round?
I don't think so.
Because then it would count. Then your statement wasn't that bad.
I don't think so.
Nara said, no, it's just a musical theater nerd, so that's what she knows.
That's crazy.
Morgan, you are correct. It was called the Globe Theater, which is a theater in the round. That's the style of theater.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know that I've actually been to the Paper Mill Playhouse. Now that I think about it. What's the one in Lancaster? I saw Annie Get Your Gun there. Dinner theater.
Are you on crack? What happened to the green tomatoes?
It's a book.
All right.
Wait,
Yes, Carla Marie. I'm waiting.
I've been there to the place. What is it? Dinner theater.
Medieval times? Dinner and theater?
Dutch Apple.
The Dutch Apple is where? Lancaster? That's great. What does that have to do with anything?
I saw Annie Get Your Gun there.
And what does that have to do with anything?
was another play place.
Is it a theater in the round?
No, but it's a dinner theater,
Okay.
which is so weird.
Melissa is confirming the Dutch Apple.
Thank you, Melissa. And she's in Lancaster, PA, so.
What a day. What a day. I don't even know if we need to do this last thing here.
There's more?
Yeah, we have Dancing with Criminals. So the big controversy this year in Dancing with the Stars is they have that stupid woman, what's her name?
Anna Delvey.
And what she was famous because she was a criminal, and then they made a documentary out of her, right? She like scammed a lot of people.
She basically just fake it till you make it, but never made it. Like lied her way through things and had like this fake ass accent. Would like go to these upscale hotels and be like, "I have a room here," and they would be like, "No, it's not." And she would be like, "Yes, it is. I booked it." But she would act so they'd be like, "Oh my God, we're so sorry," and like she just was a con artist.
Okay. So
And
she scammed people.
She's so there's like a whole world of people that are like, good for her. She scammed rich people out
Okay.
of their money. Like, they're idiots. They fell for it. There is a whole world of that. She broke the law, though.
Yeah.
So ended up going to jail. Was going to be deported.
Where's she from?
Where is Anna Delvey from?
But now she's on Dancing
Now
with the
she's
Stars,
on-
and she's dancing with her ankle monitor because she's still on probation. Correct?
Yes.
So,
Russia.
the issue is like, okay, are we encouraging bad behavior because we're now making these people celebrities? And what I would say to that is, I think America and society in general has been very good at celebrating criminals.
Yeah, there was a whole thing when this happened. It was like, seriously, this is the most America thing possible.
Well, it's one of the reasons I've always found it funny, especially growing up in New York and New Jersey, where there's such a big Italian presence. When I hear people who are of Italian descent complain about other forms of criminality, when they'll have pictures of The Godfather in their house. They'll have movie posters
The
of...
Godfather is a movie.
I understand, but it's a movie about the criminal behavior of an Italian enterprise.
Yeah.
Right? Goodfellas, The Godfather, Casino.
Sopranos.
Sopranos is a whole show. That every Italian person in New Jersey will be like, oh yeah, I love it. That's my culture. And like, you're a bunch of criminals then. But God forbid anyone else is a criminal. And the reason I bring that up is I think we've done a good job here in America of celebrating criminals.
I mean, the O.J. Simpson chase was like one of the most watched.
Yeah, but I think that was different. I don't know if we were celebrating OJ in that moment.
No,
More
but
just like-
we are glorifying,
We gave it a lot of attention.
like, all true crime.
Yeah.
We glorify a lot of it. But
We-
it's about getting the bad guy most times, not putting the freaking Ted Bundy on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's so interesting about Dancing with the Stars specifically is, you know, if you are a news program focusing on a criminal and maybe giving them a little too much attention, you can still default to like, hey, well, this is newsworthy, right? Documentaries also, it's newsworthy. We're informing people, and you can maybe make the case that you're trying to inform the general public and save them from the next serial killer. Dancing with the Stars is very hard to make that defense.
The crazy thing is that Dancing with the Stars is on ABC. ABC is supposed to be like the family network, right? It's owned by Disney. They do have, like, part of the reason they fired Amy and TJ from the Good Morning America on ABC was because their cheating or their scandal didn't align with the network's values.
They were cheating on their spouses? Or
Well,
their
they
people?
were apparently separated, but no one knew.
Okay.
So whatever.
Yeah.
But then you go and put a criminal wearing a now bedazzled ankle, like...
I think the bedazzling the ankle monitor, too, is like a weird thing to do to make it almost look cool and fancy.
And, like, are they going to change it, the bedazzling, every week?
Probably.
They're going to scrape it off.
Yeah, scrape it off. Oh, and now this is back to Amy and TJ.
I think so.
They are dated. Their spouses are now dating. Their ex-spouses.
So, like, they got
I
fired.
guess everyone's happy. Okay, so here's the thing, though, and it's partly our fault. Like, we give it attention, right? All of us here on the show, we're giving it attention right now, and people have been talking about it, and it's paid off because apparently this is one of the most highly rated recent season premieres of Dancing with the Stars.
I think people also love Alona Mar, the rugby player.
Yep.
Like, she's amazing. I completely forgot it's on. I really did want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I love her, and I think her personality is amazing.
How'd she do we know how she did as
I
a
have
dancer?
no idea.
Did she go yet?
Oh, and yeah, we got Steven Netarasek.
Who?
Pommel horse guy.
He's probably pretty good.
So he can swing his legs.
Although he's usually
He's got to swing the girl.
on his arms. He's also not. He's also dancing with his arms on the pommel horse.
Yeah, so was he going to dance upside down?
What's his footwork like?
Oh, wow.
She didn't do very well, says Mergen. That doesn't surprise me.
It's hard.
And I would assume Dwight Howard's probably not very good either. They're larger people, and I don't know
It's the way you're built. It's hard to dance.
Yeah, I don't know
Move the quick.
that format suits them. They're both incredible athletes. I just don't know if they've got like the fancy footwork to be dancers, the gracefulness to be dancers.
Yeah, this season's got like all the drama. Nara, I forgot about this. They have Joey, who is the last bachelor, and his ex from the show, Jen Tran.
On the same show? We love drama. What can we say?
Yeah, so you have Olympians, and the Olympians are super relevant right now, right? Like, it was a month ago.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dwight Howard actually got a great score, says Mergen. That's good to know.
What did he do?
Dwight
Basketball?
Howard, giant basketball player, like 7 feet tall. He's huge. And there have been basketball players, like Iman Shumpert was on there, did pretty well, but he's a more slender, slightly shorter. I mean, he's probably still 6'7", 6'6". But when you're 7 feet tall, like, everything looks weird.
Yeah.
Right? Everything you do at that height looks awkward.
Becky said that his partner is up to his waist. How did you do that?
5'3". That's insane.
It's got to be stupid.
That's almost a 2-foot difference. Yeah, how do you even dance at that point? Like, right? Aren't there a lot of like poses?
Hold her head.
Not there. That's even worse.
Yikes.
All right, it is time to get out of here. If you enjoy Dancing with the Stars, keep us posted.
Okay, next week I'm going to have a full report from my high school English teacher on what her students are reading. And I'll see if everybody wants to do some high school reading. Maybe I can get her give us some, like, I think it would be fun to do little assignments now. Or just like, what questions do you ask about the book to get my brain going?
Okay.
Because now reading for fun, it's like, I don't really think.
But that would make it not
But
fun.
I think I would like it now.
Okay, that's fair.
Because there's nothing, on the line here.
According to Mergen, Iman Shumpert was 6'5", Dwight is 6'11", and they both had the same partner.
Well,
From
I
Dancing
mean, I
with the
guess if
Stars.
anyone's going to understand,
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, so anyway, it'll be fun. And we're going to the Mariners-Yankees game today. So if you're going to the stadium, let us know.
Go Yankees. Peace out.